What's up, everybody? Greetings from California. This is MexBox podcast number 6. And just want to give a shout out to the people that watched the show. We're trying to get more video captures, more reviews. I updated Assassin's Creed Syndicate review and Sunset Overdrive, one of my very, very first game reviews, trying to get people to play it. Both are amazing games. Sunset is pretty damn fun. I'm going to try and finish Mass Effect 3 before the 4th one comes out, Andromeda. It'll be a challenge, but so far the series have been pretty damn cool. Alright, we have a pretty cool, short little podcast today. Not a lot of happening. Mostly rumors. PAX is going on right now, PAX East, so there might be some cool stuff there later, after the weekend, but mostly everybody's waiting for E3. Last week, or actually 2 weeks ago, it was revealed that PlayStation Now, Sony was ending the support for it on several devices, mostly like PlayStation TV, that launched, no more than a year and a half ago. PlayStation Vita, which nobody really plays anymore. Some Sony brand Blu-ray players, and Samsung smart TVs, Sony smart TVs that allow you to play video games. I mean, the chips on these TVs are so advanced now that you can actually play video games on it. Well, Sony ended the support for them, for PlayStation Now, which was basically like a streaming service for video games. It was quite pricey, to stream video games, kind of like Netflix. The only problem is that Netflix has the infrastructure and the giant server farms to actually have good picture quality and stuff like that. They also have a much more broad install base, so they can afford to do 4K and premium delivery services like that. Whereas Sony, the only thing going for them right now is the PlayStation brand, which is selling pretty well. Not that long ago, my girlfriend asked if there was some kind of program where you can rent video games for Xbox, and EA Access is the one we had. Although Microsoft just announced the Xbox Game Pass, and one of the differences between PlayStation Now and the Game Pass is that the Game Pass allows you to download the games to either your Xbox or perhaps maybe PC, and I think that's even better, because streaming a video game is not like streaming a movie. A movie, there's some buffering every once in a while, and there's some pixelation, but that's about it. When you stream a video game, oh man, not only is there buffering, but also your frame rate goes down. And that's pretty much the issue, is that sometimes the frame rate can be really, really bad, and that makes the streaming games unplayable. So they fixed that by having you download the game to your hard drive, which is nice because a lot of these games come with giant updates. So for instance, if you're going to play Gears of War or Halo 5, they've had a lot of updates for the online portion of the game, which are pretty significant. Also, Batman and NBA have DLC, Grand Theft Auto has a giant online presence. So if you're going to stream that with all the DLC installs, you're going to suffer a lot. So I can see, downloading video games to your hard drive being actually more beneficial for you as a gamer. We're probably going to get more information on E3, and it's pretty damn exciting. Now we just need more space on our hard drives, because they're getting pretty huge. Speaking of huge, GDC 2017 is a gamer developers conference. There was this picture posted online. We were not allowed to record anything. Nobody was. I kind of showed you once again what the Microsoft Cloud can do, the Azure Cloud. It is able to render destructible environments on Crackdown 3 at a steady 30 frames per second, whereas a local supercomputer, super gaming computer, couldn't do it. The frame rate would drop to 10 frames per second. And that kind of goes to show you what, how this new field is going to be used for everything. If people are like, well, that's just bogus, I just mentioned Netflix. All those things are stored in the cloud, Spotify is in the cloud. So all these mechanics being brought into a gaming system, oh man, it's a nerd dream come true. I recall when the PC game Star Wars Galaxies came out, I had an idea of like, hey, what if each city, on any given planet, had its own server, so that if you had a house there, it was a particular dedicated server that you could tell your friends to go to and maybe grab a gun or two or some ammo if they were, stranded. You can give them a code for the door. It was a pretty cool idea. Imagine having like Coruscant. That would take like a lot of servers. You would need an entire server farm for that, but we're getting there. It's a dream come true for gamers. We now have the closest thing is like, for online gaming, it's like, Elder Scrolls Online. We have League of Legends, obviously, World of Warcraft, and those are cool. But having destructible environment that remain permanent would be immensely popular. You wouldn't want to go out and destroy the forests to make your house made of wood. You would have to barter stuff. It would make games a little bit more complex. Mining minerals for arrows and weapons would bring about online wars to see who can make better swords. It'll be like a nice allegory. And also for video games like that strived, to be revolutionary. For instance, No Man's Sky attempted to do that in a very lazy way, and it backfired. So I think gamers really demand, the cloud to render and keep all things gaming alive and revolutionary this way. Destructible environments is the first step. The second step is going to be keeping things alive and permanent in a sustainable environment. So yeah, that was a couple of weeks ago, and I'm pretty damn excited. Now the other cool thing that I want to show you, Nintendo has some copyright stuff for YouTubers, and I need like a really good capture video card for to capture stuff from the Wii U. But Zelda is amazing. I've been watching my girlfriend play, and it's pretty damn awesome. It is pretty cool that in the early part of the year, the PlayStation guys have had Horizon Zero Dawn, Nintendo guys have Zelda, we have Halo Wars 2, which I want to show you guys later on when I get good at it. But yeah, it's a pretty good time for gaming. And I'm going to show you a clip of Conan O'Brien. He has an assistant that helps him play video games, or kind of gives him, a briefing about each video game before he plays. This little clip explains why I don't have the comments section up on YouTube, because it's not really a conversation, and I don't know, it's very funny. Watch it.
Any of this, I'm just, we all know what this is. We all know what this is.
The moment is fast approaching.
We all know what this is. Man, man, YouTube chat, you guys are a bunch of dicks. I'm going to say it right now. O'Malley. I made O'Malley laugh. You guys, just, why are you even watching this? Just go back to study hall or whatever you're doing. Like, don't even watch, like, why do you watch something that you hate? I just don't understand. Just, you're wasting your life. Do you understand? This is time you'll never have back. If you hate me, fine. But then don't watch. Like, what's the big deal? You're not going to make me feel worse than I already feel about myself. So, you know, I just don't get it.
Okay, cool. Moving on. Some people have been posting some pretty cool stuff to us via Twitter about PAX East. For instance, State of Decay 2, which I'm really excited about, released this awesome controller. I don't have any details whether or not it's going to be released, or if it's just one of those showpieces that might be auctioned off for a charity or things like that. But it looks pretty damn sweet. When I was a kid, my favorite color was red. Then during my teens, it was obviously black. Guess some metal. And all the goth music and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. For some weird reason, orange just appeals to me now. So State of Decay 2, this controller's looking pretty damn sweet. It was shared by State of Decay, the official Twitter handle. The other cool things being shared are by Larry Herb, from Twitter, at Major Nelson. Go ahead and follow him for a lot of cool news. Sometimes he has Free Code Fridays, so I don't think he needs a shout out because he's like a big cheese, in the Microsoft arena. But it's cool. I like him. He's kind of quirky sometimes. He's showing us this picture here of Voodoo Vince from the original Xbox. I still have the freaking soundtrack. And I have it on my my YouTube playlist, like Vince the Voodoo Doll. It's kind of like jazzy and New Orleans, kind of a cool soundtrack to listen to every once in a while. I'm really happy that it's getting the remastered endeavor, and I believe the creator of Voodoo Vince is still working at Microsoft, and he's the one who wanted this remake to happen, along with the fans, obviously, and him and his team have been rebuilding it. So it's kind of a nice thing to have, Microsoft give us really cool games like these, kind of like a nice throwback. The other cool thing that Xbox is doing at PAX, again, this is through Twitter via Larry Herb, is Mass Effect Andromeda is playable at PAX East. I know many people who would just, travel there just to play it. It comes out early for us Xbox guys via EA Access. And I think I might actually give one of those passes away later on. I'll figure out the best venue to give that away. If anybody wants to really, really play Andromeda hella fast, I already have EA Access. I'll give it to somebody who really needs it. And, if you do happen to go to PAX East, definitely visit the official Xbox booth. Check out the all the 4K stuff they have for for their newer console coming up in Christmas, or I think it's going to be in the summer. I don't know. We haven't really covered many Scorpio rumors here because they change from week to week. And I just want to report what's actually legit. So if you capture anything, be sure to use the hashtag PAX East 2017. For instance, I'm going to show you this thing over here. It's a capture from Microsoft. One of the fans of Microsoft. His name is Windows 10 Gamer over there on Twitter, and he has this video up, capture or 4K rendering. I recorded it with my phone from the Twitter, so we're getting 4th generation capture. But even then, this thing looks amazing. We have this bald guy just kind of moving his eyes around, smiling and stuff. The camera pans around, and you can tell that there's a lot of reflectiveness in the eyes. a lot of eye movement. The pores over here, you can even tell like individual hairs in there. Oh man, look at those wrinkles and the eyelashes, the eyebrows. It's pretty damn impressive 4K. The animation's also really good. And you can pretty much get up close to, like a 5 o'clock shadow and see like all the spots. I mean, imagine what that's going to do for gaming. It's very, very impressive. If you get the chance, I'm going to include the link to this video game called Middle Earth Shadow of War. It's the first, very, very first game announced for, or confirmed, for Xbox Scorpio. Oh man, if you see the trailer in 4K, it's pretty damn amazing. See the gameplay? Oh, damn. I think it's under the official handle of YouTube of the developer. I'll go ahead and link the title, or the link to the title, so that you guys can go see it for yourself. It's about 16 minutes, and you will not regret it, because Scorpio is shaping out to be a beast. So mark your calendars. June 11th is when the big E3 briefing for Xbox will be. There are rumors that we might get more information, definitely for sure, about Xbox Scorpio. What that entails, whether they have a new controller. Maybe they're making the Xbox Elite the official Xbox Scorpion controller. Who knows? We might get what the actual console looks like. We don't know. But we're definitely going to have a lot more information closer to June and E3. Anyways, that's it for this podcast. We didn't cover a lot, but we covered what's out there in the Sajid. All right, so we'll see you guys next week, and I might have some Mass Effect footage for you guys. Bye.